Hey third graders, we are going to be working on some pages in our workbook today. For right now, I want you to go to page 351A, and then I want you to have a scissors with you, and I'm going to tell you what you need to cut out. So we only need to cut one of the tangram figures for now, so don't go crazy and start cutting yet here. Okay, so it says cut one figure, so we are going to cut out this one very carefully on the dotted lines. Okay, you can see all the dotted lines. If you cut it correctly, you're going to end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. I don't want you to cut out the other ones, otherwise it's going to get confusing. Okay, so pause the video, cut that out, and meet me on the next page. All right, now you're going to go to your next page, and you're going to see some shapes on page 351. And you can see that Mrs. Hagen didn't cut hers out because that was hard for me to do on the video. But by now you've got your 7 pieces. Okay, and so you're going to use those 7 pieces to make the bird. Do you see the bird that they have there? Okay, so I'm going to use those pieces, and I can manipulate them and move them how I want to make the bird. Okay, so I'm gonna, and when I get them so that they fit in the spaces, okay, like let's say that I have one of these green triangles, and I'm gonna put it right in here. Okay, so you're gonna put that little foot of the bird, okay, right in there. I'm gonna just use my thing here to show that. Okay, so let's say that your green foot is there, and that maybe you also have your other green foot there. Okay, now, next part is, I need to figure out how to make the rest of the bird. Okay, so you're going to start putting your pieces where you think they go. Okay, and you're going to need to move them around. Some of the shapes are easier than others. Okay, as I look up, okay, I think I see that possibly I could put shapes there, right? So maybe I could use this blue shape right here to do the head of the bird. Okay, my colors aren't going to be exact, but I can make the head of the bird right up there. Okay, using your blue piece. So now I've used 2 of the pieces so far. And then I see other shapes that can fit in there. Okay, I don't want to do the whole thing for you because I want you to do it. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest of my shapes, and after I have all my shapes laid down and they fit in there nicely, and by the way, for this one, you are going to use all 7 of your pieces. Okay, so you're going to use 7 pieces to make the bird. All right, and then once you get your 7 pieces down, you're gonna, before you pick up your pieces, you're gonna draw the black lines just like Mrs. Hagen did, okay, when I drew them right here. And then I'll be able to tell, Mrs. Hagen will be able to tell that you made the shape right. Okay, so I could lift up that blue piece, and then I would get, oh, this is a blue square as well. So I'm going to go ahead and make that a blue square because I know that. Whoops, don't do that. Just do the blue square. Okay. Let me fix that. All right. There we go. And so now I can lift up those 2 pieces because I have the lines drawn there and I can still see the shapes. Okay. So finish up filling in those. Okay, and then when I get down to the rectangle down below, I'm going to use those same shapes. Okay, I'm looking at this section right here right now. Okay, I'm looking at number 2. It says make this rectangle. Draw lines to show how you place the pieces. Hint, you do not need all of the pieces. In fact, I'm going to give you a hint and tell you that you only need 5 pieces. Okay, So figure out where they are, and then you need to draw the lines before you lift them up. What might be helpful too, if you could put a P for pink or a B for blue on the shapes after you lift them up, okay? So for instance, okay, if I put one of these big pink ones, because now I have all my pieces back because I took them off of the bird, okay, so if I took one of the big pink ones and I went this way, okay, then maybe after I lift up the piece, I could put a P for pink, or I could color it how I did it too. That's another option. Just gave you a clue on how to start that one, okay? See if you can fit in your other shapes. Remember, we're using 5 pieces, okay? So finish that up and then meet me on the next page. All right, here we are on our last page for today. So we are going to make a boat and a tree. You guys are going to be so good at this by now, aren't you? So the boat is here, the tree is here. I still am only using those first pieces that I cut out. Okay, so I have still using those 7 pieces. Okay, we didn't cut out any more of the shapes on that other page. Okay, so using those 7 pieces, you are going to make both of these shapes. I'm going to tell you that there are 6 pieces on the boat, just to kind of give you a little clue. And then I'm going to tell you 7 pieces on the tree. Okay? All right. Now remember, once you put your pieces down, that you need to trace the lines before you lift up your pieces so that I can see that you put the shapes in the right place. Okay, so don't forget to do that. Once you get it built, before you pick them up, use a pencil and trace your line, okay? So you're gonna use those pieces, and remember, you can also color them. How about extra credit? Extra credit for coloring them, the colors of the pieces and where you put them. That could be a crayon or a colored pencil, I would say would work best if you're gonna do that, okay? So have fun, guys. It's kind of fun math today, right?